Well, a group of people who stay at safe sleeping sites in San Diego have now filed a federal lawsuit to address what they call inhumane living conditions. Here to weigh in on that and also give some possible solutions is the Chief of Staff over at the San Diego Rescue Mission, Paul Armstrong. Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you want to talk about just some solutions? I know you work with the homeless on a daily basis. You've been doing it for many years over at the Rescue Mission. What do you think needs to be done to help these people kind of get back into the workforce and get their own place to live?
Yeah, I think a great question for the particular location of the safe sleeping is, what was the care coordination that was happening, right? There's nothing magical about this. It's about having a process and having expected outcomes. And are we measuring the different pathways that someone can take? You and I were just talking. For some people, they're going to need to have roommates. For some people, they need a board and care, right? They're going to need long-term behavioral health support. And so really mapping out each individual's pathway out of homelessness is what it takes. And that really is, it's the good old-fashioned hard work of case conferencing, where we have the professionals sitting around. The person ought to be in that conversation as well, and we develop their plan for their next step forward. For some of them, it can be right into housing, but many, they need to come to like our year-long program, Mission Academy, so that they can have the time to really get their life back together.
In your work, is there just kind of a general percentage of the amount of people you think just cannot get it together enough? Maybe it's not their fault, maybe it's drugs, maybe it's mental health, maybe it's a whole host of things. They can't get it together enough to get a job, keep a job, find an apartment, get a bank account, get roommates, continue to go to the job, right? I mean, it's a tall order, right, to get off the streets, especially in San Diego. It's so expensive.
Yeah, well, what we find is that, yes, you're always going to have, but I will actually say a much smaller percentage that truly are never going to be able to gain a level of self-sufficiency. We have found with coming alongside people.
What do you do with them? Do you just kind of pay for everything and help them out and try to have them live decent lives, maybe somewhere?
Yeah, that's where permanent supportive housing really is. Right? And that is, there is specialized housing or scattered site housing with behavioral health supports, and that's what you're going to do, is you're going to give them a housing voucher, and you're going to give them the wraparound services that are going to give them that long-term support that they need.
We're looking at some of these, I guess this is a safe sleeping site, right, where you see these kind of tents on asphalt. And I mean, I look at this and I think you've got to make it more attractive to somebody who's homeless than the streets. It's got to be better than what they've got. And I don't know that this is looking better. This is my own opinion. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, right. We always got to be careful that we don't just jump into a game of relocating people, right? We need to be moving people along a path. And so the idea of this safe sleeping was, hey, let's create a place that people could come to. It does look like there's some logistics issues, right? And this is one of the reasons why we're super proud of our lighthouses, is because we've really focused on quality. There is something about when a person walks into a place, if they feel like they're in a first-class place, they start to regain a little bit of their own self-confidence and self-esteem.
And sometimes I think that somebody who's maybe sleeping in their car, at least they've kind of been in a position in their life where they got a car, right? Mm-hmm. They went to the DMV, they registered it, they know how to drive it, they're sleeping in it, and maybe they've got, maybe a better shot at kind of getting to an apartment because maybe they had one previously.
Right, yeah, and absolutely, right? This is where, again, really figuring out that pathway. It's great when someone has some resources. In fact, recently there's some discussion around diversion funding that was used, which is that great short-term problem-solving funds that can help someone in a car who just needs a little bit of help. Maybe they need a one-time fix and then they're able to get out of their homelessness. And then that way, if you have good ways for them to get off the streets quickly, then we can devote the time and resources to those harder cases that really do take professional intervention.
All right, Paul Armstrong with the Rescue Mission. Thanks for coming on, Paul.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for all the hard work you do for all the folks that really need it. I mean, you're doing some great work out there, you and the team.
I appreciate it.
Say hi to Donnie D. Force. We'd like having him on the program as well.
Absolutely.